Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawns Drunk loves ya.
Get ready to rumble!
Yeah, you already know this is Pawns Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at this side of heaven. God bless you all. I know. The Knicks, the Boston is playing. I know. But we got to go live. We got to work. Boxing 24/7. Boxing 24/7. Shout out to my Knicks. Hopefully we get through Boston Celtics. I was going to say Boston Red Sox. Boston Celtics. I think it's going to be our year, man. It's going to be our year. It's going to be a wonderful year in the sport of boxing and probably going to be a wonderful year in the NBA basketball for my team, New York Knicks. Shout out to all the New Yorkers. Feel me? Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people still talking about, man, what happened this past week, and a lot of people spinning the narrative, people speaking the truth, people speaking over exaggerating, over criticizing, or probably just damn right being fair. Again, shout out to Naoya Inoue for ending put it this way. Thank you for Teofimo Lopez for starting it good. But then follow it up with Devin the Dream Haney performance, and then Ryan Garcia and Rolly, not necessarily Rolly, but even though with the knockdown, it just didn't seem like it was a great fight even after it. What's good, everybody in the chat? What's good? Low Nose Boxing in the building. What's good, man? Lenny in the building, Counter Punch in the building. What's good, man? JC in the building. What's good, man? I know. You know, started off with Teofimo Lopez. I believe it was a master performance. I think everything was working on all cylinders. I believe that his intellect and athletic was coexisting at the highest level. With the nice jab, good counter punching, especially in the 9th round. Everything that was working off the jab to the solo plex, jab to the head, triple the jab, quadruple the jab. There was one time he was quadrupling the jab, parrying the jab, counter punching, right hand, left hook, uppercut, footwork, showboating. The only thing that was missing was a knockout. Yeah, at the end of the day, we all know that Teofimo Lopez is a smaller 140, big 135, but a small 140. We seen that Arnold Barbosa, man, he rehydrated a lot, man. It looked like he was 170 pounds compared to Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez once again did his thing. But then follow up with Devin the Dream Haney. The good thing that Devin Haney did was just win. But did boxing win? Did he exceeded the expectations of the boxing fans? No. But for Devin Haney, a win is a win. For Bill Haney, a win is a win. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I always say, it's not about just winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. At the end of the day, the boxing world want to see entertainment. On Saturday night, Friday night, Sunday night, boxing heads ain't saying, hey, yo, bro, you going to catch the boxing bout? You going to see who's going to outpoint the other? Or the boxing fans say, yo, you going to watch the fight? That's how we talk, right? Hey, yo, this Saturday, you gonna watch the fight. We don't say you're gonna watch the boxing bout. We're gonna watch the sweet science tonight. Yes, let's have a sweet science party. Or we say, yo, let's have a fight party. You know what I'm saying? Go to the supermarket, get your beer, you got to go to the liquor store, get your beer, get the burgers, get the whatever, the hot dog, the ribs and stuff like that, barbecue, fight party. It's fight party. It's not the sweet science party. No, we're not going to fight some fights. We're not going to see a bunch of barbaric men going at one another. We're going to see the sweet signs and hit and not get hit. We want to see no scratches, no blood. We want to see nothing of that nature. We want to see a damn fight. Imagine a whole boxing world. Oh, my God, blood, yuck. No, Kettle, stop it. Stop the fights. It's getting bloody. Oh, my God. I want to see a damn fight. We want to see effort. The end of the day is the hurt game. You want to pot shot your way to victory, man? Go back to the amateurs. Matter of fact, professional could go back to the amateurs and fight for the Olympics. Maybe Devin Haney. I believe Devin Haney. You know what? You know what I want Devin Haney to do, and you know what? I'm going to support Devin Haney 100%. If he goes back to the amateurs and fight for you and fight for USA, because he got a good amateur style, and I think that Devin Haney, you know what, could win the gold medal. I think Devin Haney could win the gold medal. What's good? I mean, Dev in the building with one of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. If you haven't become a member of Punch Drunk Boxing, there's the link, man. Stop playing around, man. Join the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Join the brothers and the sisters as well. But then, you know why? There's people I say, though, why you ain't getting mad at Jose Ramirez, though? It's Jose Ramirez that needs to cut the ring off. It's Jose Ramirez for, you know what I'm saying? Robert Garcia is like Bill Haney was saying, you know what I mean? Robert Garcia is a trainer of the year, right? Why he ain't teach his guy how to cut the ring off? Because I don't believe that no fighter goes into the gym learning how to chase somebody. Yeah, there's an art of cutting the ring off, but that ain't you ain't training your fighter to chase a dude. This ain't no damn Rocky Balboa and Mickey chasing after a chicken. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. No, we don't want that. We want somebody, look, if you're going to find it the outside, man, in the back foot, set some traps, counter punch, sit on your punches, hurt the dude, back the dude up, you know what I'm saying? Circle back in the middle of the ring and stuff like that. Well, Devin Haney was doing just circling around, just running. You know what I'm saying? And we did not expect anything from Jose Ramirez, and we did not expect anything from Rolly Romero, because the promotion and the buildup to the Fatal Fury Times Square card was to see what's going to happen with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, and then promote their fight for the rematch, right? Look at the commercial that they put out, that Turkey put out, Ring Magazine put out, put together. Barely even had Teofimo Lopez. He was just in a beach chair, and they gave him like, a 3-second cameo. But this was all about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. So the expectations was all about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, in which both of these guys failed. Both of these guys robbed the bank. Both of these guys robbed Turki Alalshikh. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Because Ryan Garcia is one of the most entertaining fighters in the sport of boxing, especially of this young generation. He's one of the most entertaining fighters as well. He didn't show up. He didn't have the killer instinct. Devin Haney, I mean, we don't expect Devin Haney to be like a Ryan Garcia. We don't expect Devin Haney to be like a Gervonta Tank Davis. We don't expect Devin Haney to be a Teofimo Lopez. We don't expect Devin Haney to be a Virgil Ortiz or even a Bam Rodriguez. But Devin Haney was actually getting better and sitting down on his punches. He did do better versus Vasily Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the way that he fought. I respect the way that he fought Vasily Lomachenko. I respect the way that he fought in the second half of the George Kambosos fight in the rematch. Not the first fight, but in the second fight. I respect the way that he went. Look, I think it was a bad game plan, right? Because we can't contradict ourselves, right? You can't blame. And I'm keeping it real. I'm not going to contradict myself, because the boxing world was begging Devin Haney to just dare and risk it and go try to knock people out. And I was calling him boring, and people was calling him boring, right? But that was before the Lomachenko fight. Or even the second half, like I said, I did a video, the second half of the George Kambosos rematch. Before that, man, Devin Haney was a snooze fest. But he was getting better. Even the Regis Prograis fight, when he moved up to the 140-pound division and he put Regis Prograis down. You know what I'm saying? That's a surprise. For other people, that's regular, right? That's a regular fight, emphasizing the power, right? But Devin Haney did good versus Regis Prograis, did good versus Vasily Lomachenko, had the approach to be entertaining versus Ryan Garcia, even though that it was a bad game plan, because Ryan Garcia is a whole different type of animal, right? But the effort was there. Even when Devin Haney was getting put down, he stood right back up and went and tried to go after, even though that he a drunken master holding on to Harvey, the referee. Harvey, where am I? Harvey was holding Devin Haney up. Get the hell up. Come on, brother. Get up. Come on, brother. I'm going to take a point over Ryan Garcia, man. I'm going to give you up. Hold up. Get up, Devin. Harvey Doc was helping Devin up in that 7th round. But anyway, Ryan Garcia did fumble the bag. Did fumble the momentum. Ryan Garcia was on top of the world. Even when news came out and he tested positive for Osterin. He was still getting the benefit of the doubt. Huh? She even helped Donald Trump in his campaign. Even Donald Trump wanted to meet Ryan Garcia. He was on top of the world. But then, let's be real, let's be honest. He was going out there on social media, on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, was saying a lot of crazy ish. But even saying all the crazy ish, he was still getting the benefit of the doubt because now he was tapping into the conspiracy theory community. And that community is lucrative now. The conspiracy theory community, you know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate, Candace Owens, all that stuff, the conspiracy theory community, you know what I'm saying? Before Punch Drunk Boxing, I was a part of that community and stuff like that. So Ryan Garcia was tapping into something. There's always a market for everything, right? There's a market for love. There's a market for hate. There's a market for God. There's a market for the devil. There's a market for racism. There's a market for fighting racism. There's a market for everything. Find any angle, you got an audience. But even Ryan Garcia was getting the benefit of the doubt. Even when Ryan Garcia said about, remember he made that statement about the Muslims and stuff like that? He said that every Muslim is pedos. You remember that? Even Turki Alalshikh wanted to meet him. Even Turki Alalshikh didn't care about what Ryan Garcia said. He gave a main event. Ryan Garcia, I heard what you said in Twitter. You said that the Muslims are pedos. I'm one of them. I'm just playing Turkey. I'm just playing Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a special guest today. One of the phenom in the 147-pound division, Rohan Polanco. We might have a special guest tonight. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, Turkey's holding everybody's hand. Cut him over here, Bud Crawford, you cut him over here, you're chocolate thunder. Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, man. He's moist now, man. Damn, man, they got Bud. Turkey got Bud, bro. Cut him over here, my chocolate thunder. Cut him over here. Do you want the Canelo Alvarez bout? Do you want to be great? Do you want an opportunity? Give me your hand, motherfucker. Give me your hand, chocolate thunder. You will fight my cinnamon bun. Canelo Alvarez. Chocolate thunder versus cinnamon bun. And he touched both of his asses. And Turki Alalshikh slapped both of their asses. Slapped both of their tushes. You're chocolate thunder. You're my chocolate thunder tonight, and you are my cinnamon bun tomorrow. Now, and he smacked their butt. Not a face off. Come on, my warriors. Come on, my warriors. Who did your hair, Bud Crawford? I love it. Who did it? Come over here, hold my hand. Hold my hand, you chocolate bitch. Come over here, hold my hand if you want an opportunity. Canelo Alvarez, come over here, my cinnamon bun. All right, you have their belts. I will not hold your hand. Not face off. And then when they faced off, when they faced off, you see Turki Alalshikh in the middle like this. You know, when they faced off, this Bud Crawford, this Canelo Alvarez, he's like, oh. Get a little closer. Come on. Get a little closer. I want to see the lips come together. Repsol Boxing Knowledge, the voice of the UK, London, bruv. Come over here, chocolate thunder. Yo, come on. Come on, motherfucker. Come over here, chocolate thunder. Hold my hand. Come over here, cinnamon bun. I have a good ring, new belt. Come over here, cinnamon bun. Hey, no, hey, I don't like it. Come over here, Cinnamon Bun. I'll give you $80 million to fight this fucking Cuban runner. Now face off. Come on, that's not face off. Look eye to eye. Look eye to eye. Look lips to lips. Come on. Little closer. Little closer. And then he holds his head, Bud Crawford's head. He holds Bud Crawford's head and Canelo Alvarez's head like this. Little closer. Little closer. Make out the right. Dev the Corbin with the $2 super chatty party game, and he say he like a little cinnamon in this chocolate. Nigga, look it out. My chocolate under my cinnamon bun. My chocolate under in my cinnamon bun. Yeah, my chocolate under in my cinnamon bun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you already know, man, that fight's gonna happen. It's gonna come through fruition. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford don't have momentum, and you know I've been talking about this for a while. I haven't been a fan of the Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. I believe that Bud Crawford could have fought Virgil Ortiz. I believe that Canelo Alvarez could have fought David Benavidez, and that could have been a stadium fight. Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez in the co-main event. You got Virgil Ortiz versus Bud Crawford. Oh my God, that would have been awesome, baby. That would have been awesome. That would have been real boxing to me. That would have been real boxing to me because I already know that Canelo Alvarez is almost in the end of his career. Terence Bud Crawford's in the end of his career. So I'm looking for who's going to be the next, who's going to carry the torch, who's going to be the next king, who's going to be the new face of boxing. But this fight is nothing. The Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, it does nothing. Even if Canelo Alvarez wins, what it does for Canelo Alvarez, what does it do? That people are going to be like, yo, but Punch, you got to understand that, well, Canelo Alvarez is getting the bag. What do you expect from Canelo Alvarez? He's getting the bag, yo. He's getting the bag. Yeah, but in this community, we always say, like, Gervonta Tan Davis should be fighting this one, should be fighting this one. And then Leonard Ellaby and Gervonta Tan Davis said, we getting the bag. He getting the money. He's the A side, right? So I know, yo, look, it's odd to say that they're getting shamed to fight each other because there's just so much money. So people gonna be like, what do you mean they're getting shamed? But in all actuality, they're getting shamed. Somebody throw you $50 million. Shit. All these guys ain't like Dave Chappelle. Comedy Central was throwing $50 million to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle just turned about face. Everybody thought that he was on crack. You remember? You remember, folks? And that was stupid. Why would they say that Dave Chappelle was on crack because he turned down the $50 million? Because a crackhead would not turn down $50 million. If Dave Chappelle was on crack, he would have got that $50 million in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But that's how crazy. Everybody was saying that Dave Chappelle was crazy for turning down a $50 million deal. And but there was people out there that be like, yo, you gotta have some morals and principle. You really gotta stand on your word and on 10 toes down on what you believe in to turn down $50 million. You really truly gotta believe in yourself. You really gotta believe in the journey and the purpose and stuff like that. You really gotta believe to turn down $50 million. God Lord. But Bud Crawford ain't turning down $50 million. Or $70 million. Rumor has it that Canelo Alvarez was paid $80 million to fight William Skull. Shit. And William Skull was paid what, $1, $2, $3 million, something like that. I don't know if William Skull was trying to fight or he was trying to find his way to run to the bank. That's how it feels. He was running away trying to run to the bank. He said, porque yo voy a pelear y yo tengo los dinero que esto que me dio, yo voy a correr, donde está el banco, donde está Chase, donde está Wells Fargo, a dónde está Bank of America, a dónde está Banco Popular, yo tengo que, tú sabes, cash this check, I have to cash the check, me estoy corriendo, sorry, Canelo, no quiero pelear porque yo tengo este chilito. Motherfuckers was running for the these motherfuckers was running to see a bag. Devin Haney was running just to see the back. Hey, I know this is Times Square. I know there's a chase around here. That in the building with the $10 super chatty. Let's go. Go a comprar comida china. Good looking now. Hey, Punch, what is your opinion on the news? Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight Mario Barrios in July this year. Manny Pacquiao, the 8 division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the son of the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. The GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. I like it. Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature. And to be honest, this I like. You know why I like the fight? Because Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature. Mario Barrios is not a freak of nature. And I think it's a good win. I think it's a good comeback. You know why? Because Mario Barrios beat the guy that retired Manny Pacquiao. Mario Barrios beat Yordenis Ugas. So if Manny Pacquiao comes back and fight Mario Barrios and beat Mario Barrios, y'all already know that Keith One-Time Thurman beat Mario Barrios. Y'all know that Gervonta Tank Davis beat Mario Barrios. It's hard for me to bet against Manny Pacquiao. I don't give a damn what age he's at. It's hard for me to bet against Manny Pacquiao. I'm going for Manny Pacquiao. I think that Manny Pacquiao is going to be Mario Barrios. And let's not forget that he even won 12 rounds with Dennis Ugas. And also, let's not forget that Manny Pacquiao was so gully into fighting you, Dennis Ugas, because that was 9 days notice? That was 9 days notice. Remember, he was supposed to be fighting Earl Spence. It wasn't supposed to be Dennis Ugas. It was supposed to be Earl Spence. And Manny Pacquiao was gully because come on. Dennis Ugas was already trained. He was already fit to fight in that same card. But Ugas was probably top 5 in the welterweight division. Like Manny Pacquiao could have picked anybody and people were going to see Manny Pacquiao. But he was so gully and be like, Dennis Ugas, yeah, I'll get him in 11 days notice. Damn. So I think, and if you look at the fight, you know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao had one sparring session to prepare for Ugas. Manny Pacquiao was playing basketball for hours the day before the fight too. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao is a freak of nature. You know what I'm saying? I think that if there was preparation for Ugas, Manny Pacquiao would have got Ugas out of there, in my opinion. If there was preparation for Ugas, Manny Pacquiao would have got Ugas out of there. He didn't prepare for Ugas. So it was like fighting blinded. Remember, he had a whole camp preparing for a southpaw. So I like the comeback fight. You know what I'm saying? In terms of a title fight, you know what I'm saying? It is Manny Pacquiao, and I don't think that nobody did anything significant not to give him a shot. I don't think anybody did anything significant outside of Bud Crawford beating Earl the True Spence in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? After Manny Pacquiao beat Keith One-Time Thurman, if you think about it, the best win, the second best win of this generation in the welterweight division, right, is probably Manny Pacquiao beating Keith One-Time Thurman. I think the third would be Keith One-Time Thurman beating Sean Porter, right? So I don't think that nobody did anything significant to be like, Manny Pacquiao was not ready for this person and Manny Pacquiao is going to lose. I think that Manny Pacquiao is probably going to be the favorite to beat Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios has been looking good. He hasn't been looking unstoppable and incredible force in the 147-pound division. I do believe that if you put Mario Barrios versus Boots Ennis, I think that Mario Barrios will be the underdog. If you put Mario Barrios versus Brian Norman Jr., that's probably a 50-50 fight, even though that Mario Barrios got a better resume at 147 or I'm gonna say a better win. But talking about the 147-pound division, whole sway in the building. What's good, Rizzo? Talking about the 147-pound division, there's a force to be reckoned with in 147-pound division. From Dominican Republic, mi hermano. El Plátano, el Dominicano, el Plátano Mangú con los 3 golpes. Rohan Polanco is making his way and setting the tone, getting the eyeballs, getting the attention, the new boogeyman in the 147-pound division. And we all know that Devin Haney going to be moving up to 147. We know that Rolly already is in the 147-pound division. Ryan Garcia is going to stay in the 147-pound division. Teofimo Lopez want that work versus Duran Ennis, in which he called out in the post-fight interview after his masterclass performance versus Arnold Barbosa. There is a boogeyman climbing the ladders, and he's already what? Let me see where he at in the rankings, because somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble. Let's see. Smash that like. Let's see where he ranked now because he did have a victory versus Maidana. Let's see where he at now. Let's see where Rohan Polanco is at right now in the rankings. Shout out also Henry Sanino Martinez is already in the ranking 140-pound division. Let's see where Rohan Polanco. Ooh, he's number 10. He's in the top 10. He's in the top 10. Brian Norman, I'm gonna tell you like this: Rohan Polanco will beat the crap out of Brian Norman Jr. Rohan Polanco will beat him with a chimichurri. Rohan Polanco will beat him with a patelitos. Huh? Rohan Polanco will beat the crap out of Brian Norman Jr. Shout out to Brian Norman Jr., champion of WBO. But like Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis, Lennox, I'm coming for you. Lennox, I'm coming for you. Oh, yeah. Rohan Polanco will beat the crap out of Brian Norman Jr. Yup. He's number 10. And if you look at the number 10, think about it. And look, Blair Cobbs is number 12. So I would like to see even a Rohan Polanco. That's why I did the voting if y'all want to vote. Blair Cobbs versus Rohan Polanco as well. That's going to be a good fight, right? Giovanni Santignan, that's going to be a good fight. Who else there? Look at the Karen, right? Think about it. At 140, who would you like to see Brian Norman Jr. fight? Look. Would you want to see Alexis Rocha? Jin Santaki? David Rapo? Echo Usman? Karen, the guy that gave Brian Boots Ennis a run for his money the first fight. Lewis Crocker? Rashidi Ellis? I mean, yeah, I like Rashidi Ellis, but Rashidi Ellis, Flies or Rohan Polanco. Look at Josh Taylor, number 11. Look at Blair Cobb, number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Rohan Polanco is gonna be the guy to and they both on top rank. How much you want to bet that Brian Norman Jr. when he hears the word Rohan Polanco calling him out, he's already top 10. So that could be Ivan. I know he's gonna be fighting in Japan, right? I know he's going to be fighting in Japan. Hopefully he gets the victory. I know they was talking about unification bout with Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. But you know why I haven't really talked about that potential unification bout in the 147-pound division? Because Brian Norman Jr. has ducked Jerome Boots Ennis. That's why I really haven't been talking about it, haven't been pushing that, because you had the opportunity to face Boots Ennis, right? To unify the titles instead of Stanionis, and you ducked the fight. You ducked Boots Ennis. So I don't know if they're serious about that unification bout. I don't know if they ever was serious about the unification bout. So, I want to see a Rohan Polanco. I think that Rohan Polanco is actually ready for Brian Norman Jr. Olympian, you feel me? I think he's ready for Brian Norman Jr. I think he's ready in this welterweight division right now. I think Rohan Polanco could be Rolly Romero. Huh? What y'all think, folks? Romero versus Ennis? Nah, I leave Ennis. I leave Jerome Boots Ennis for Teofimo Lopez. That's the fight right there. Boots Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 National Golden Glove winners out there in Rio. In the lightweight division, it was Teofimo Lopez. In the welterweight division, it was Jerome Boots Ennis. 2015 national title winner. And look where we at right now. 10 years later, 2025, the number one guy in the welterweight division is Boots Ennis, and the number one guy in the junior welterweight division, and who he was already the number one guy 6 years ago. Damn it, time flies. Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko 5 years ago. 5 years ago. That's how, and this is the reason why it's hard for people to give now Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt of performances, because he spoiled the boxing world very, very young. He spoiled the boxing world. And Teofimo Lopez is that guy that, how, and I said this before, there's a lot of people that don't like to be proven wrong, right? There's a lot of people that don't want to be proven wrong. There's a lot of people that don't want to feel stupid. There's a lot of people that's not humble when they make prediction and they make assessment and then they make you eat your words. See, Teofimo Lopez of this young generation has made you eat your words more than any other fighter of this generation. Because think about it. Bud was the favorite to beat Earl Spence. We already knew that was going to happen. I mean, if it was a 50-50 Tyson Fury and Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Who's the guy that get hated? Who's the guy that you don't believe? Who's the guy that you bet against? Who's the guy's the underdog? Because think about it. Devin Haney was never the underdog. Devin Haney wasn't even the underdog versus Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney was never the underdog. Shakur Stevenson was never the underdog. Gervonta Tank Davis was never the underdog. Boots Ennis is never the underdog. Virgil Ortiz is never the underdog. These guys are never the underdog. These guys is never the underdog. See, the only guy that's the underdog that has exceeded the expectations has been Teofimo Lopez. The guy that has not been co-signed is Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez has earned everything he got. Everything he got. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this. You gonna pick the favorite. You gonna pick Jerome Boots and Teofimo Lopez. He'll be the underdog once again. And once again, Teofimo Lopez has all the tools and the attributes and the statistical fortitude, the speed, the power, twitch, muscle, intellect, experience, jab, counter punching, reflex footwork, parry the jab, counter the jab, counter power punches, body work. He got everything in the toolbox, ladies and gentlemen, and he's showboating at that. Shoe shining your ass, whether it's out top, whether it's body shots. Teofimo Lopez, when everything is working on all cylinders, when his physical ability and athleticism is coexisting at the highest level, ain't nobody gonna be the takeover 2.0, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, Teofimo Lopez. Nah, bruh. But you know what? Even though that you see, and even though that Teofimo Lopez has proven time and time again that you're wrong and he's right, you will bet against Teofimo Lopez versus Jerome Boots Ennis. Why? Is Boots Ennis? Shout out to Boots Ennis. Y'all know I've been talking about Jerome Boots Ennis since the beginning. Ain't nobody in this community was talking about Jerome Boots Ennis but your boy Punch on Boxing. Even Boots Ennis, if you really want to be real, he'll be like, damn, yeah, man. And why TBC? This guy was the first one that was actually saying the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. When you hear the second coming of Roy Jones Jr., that come from Punch on Boxing. All these other channels that now that he does interview with Boots. Yeah, shout out to all these channels at the end of the day. I know they be whispering about to Boots and say, yo, don't interview with Punch Run Boxing, y'all. Don't, man. You just work with us. Just do interviews with us, man. We from Philly. Nobody was pumping Boots like your boy. So I know how special Jerome Boots Ennis is. I've been saying it for years. The guys, the showman of this generation is Teofimo Lopez, Jerome Boots Ennis, Ben Whitaker, the Cassius Clay of the UK, Benzo, the surgeon. They bring something to the table. They bring that they from the Hector Camacho, Roy Jones Jr. cloth, Sugar Ray Leonard cloth. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Boots Ennis versus Teofimo Lopez is today's Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. And the good thing about this potential matchup is that they both have great momentum. Boots Ennis had one of the best performances of his career. Teofimo Lopez showed you once again why he beat Vasily Lomachenko, why he beat Josh Taylor in the great performance he had with Arnold Barboza, who was coming into that fight with great momentum, probably greater momentum than even Teo himself. Barboza had the best momentum of that card. Outside of Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia, remember, his stuff is an abstract. His win is an abstract. There's a lot of people like me that I believe that his skills pay the bills versus Devin the Dream Haney. But there's a lot of people out there that feel like, you know what, Osterman, and they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But there are people that's going to give Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, the guy that came with good momentum in that whole weekend, outside of Naoya Inoue, because Teofimo Lopez came from the Jermaine Ortiz and Steve Claggett fight, in which he was getting criticized by, he doesn't perform to the level of his competition, right? Devin Haney was coming from a loss. Rolly Romero was coming from a loss. Ryan Garcia had an abstract, but Cody coming from a loss. Ijaba, I don't know. Canelo Alvarez, he beat Edgar Berlanga, but it's not like it was anything special, right? And he won 12 rounds with Edgar Berlanga. Even William Skull, that fight that when he got the belt, man, it could have gone either way. It could have been a draw. It was one of the most boringest fight that I've seen as well. But this one was way more boring over William Skull. So none of these guys was coming with that momentum. Like Barbosa beat Jose Ramirez, the same guy that Devin Haney was running from, and he beat Steve Claggett, the guy that people felt that Steve Claggett did beat Josh Taylor when Josh Taylor was undisputed. So think about it then. If y'all believe that, then in y'all eyes, y'all think that Steve Claggett is undisputed. But guess what? Arnold Barbosa beat Steve Claggett, and Teofimo Lopez beat Arnold Barbosa. So the just came back around. Teofimo Lopez is the king in the 140-pound division. He's the lineal king. And this is what you call daring to be great. Realistic, traditionally, daring to be great is Teofimo Lopez wanting to fight Jerome Bruce Ennis. See, a lot of people didn't want to give him the benefit of the doubt when he was calling Bud Crawford. Let's not forget when Teofimo Lopez was actually calling out Bud Crawford. He was calling out Bud Crawford leading up to the fight with Josh Taylor and Terrence Bud Crawford leading up to his fight with Errol Spence. This wasn't no clout chase. We did the interview right here. We did an hour interview. The hour we was chopping it up for an hour right here. And Teofimo Lopez was calling out the winner of Errol Spence and Bud Crawford because he already envisioned he's going to be Josh Taylor, become a lineal champion. And then he wants to dare to be great. Remember, his name is the Takeover. It's not here just to be around, just be one of the fellas, be one of the guys. It's here to take over. No, you don't. Tio should just wait on that boost in his fight. He's not ready. It's not about not. It's here to take over. Not here to make friends. He's cool with a lot of these guys. They came up together. Tony, con los 5 pesos de Super Chari Chari Party. Good looking out, Tony. Appreciate you, my brother. You said Catterall, not Claggett. Punch drunk salute, not like that fake shout up, like boxing commentator that don't leave us in the living room. You see, look at me when I hold Jermaine Ortiz accountable, right? You see the interview I had with Jermaine Ortiz, and that's what I said. I'm different from these guys, from these boxing content creators. They don't leave out their house. All the ish that they talk, or the it could be constructive criticism, it could be unfair criticism. They don't dare go talk to these fighters. Well, all the shit that they talk, they stay in the cut. They don't want to see. They don't want to see that and communicate with all these fighters. They stay in the cut, or they don't even show up at all. They don't show up at all. I interviewed Jermaine Ortiz. Y'all know what I felt about Jermaine Ortiz running from Teofimo Lopez. I said, man, I was disappointed in you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen you in this since the amateurs. You fought Teofimo Lopez in the amateurs. You ain't fight like this. You ain't fight like that versus Jamel Herring. You ain't fight like that versus Vasily Lomachenko. I was there in Madison Square Garden. I was actually disappointed in your approach that you didn't took it to Teofimo Lopez, because I would have known what would have happened if he would have took it to Teofimo Lopez. He would have Teofimo Lopez was gonna pickpocket his ass and stuff like that, like he did on the Barbosa. I'm not saying I like Jermaine Ortiz. I think that he's a good technician, but when it came to Teofimo Lopez, he just didn't want to dare to be great. He didn't seize the moment. He didn't seize the opportunity to become a world champion. Good looking out, Blanco. And I'm glad that you identified that. Because, yeah, I'm like that. I told him straight up. These guys know that I heavily criticized that performance. But what he said, he said, yeah, man, I know I should have took it to him. See, sometimes in the beginning when you criticize right after the fight, these guys don't like the criticism. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm keeping it real, bruh. And then there's people that be like, oh, you biased. Jermaine Ortiz is Dominican. Jermaine Ortiz is Dominican and Puerto Rican. So think about it. If I were to be biased, I would be like, yo, Jermaine Ortiz is Dominican. I'm rooting for the Dominican. But I got to keep it unbiased logically and objectively. Oh, yeah, I would like Dominican fighters to actually do their thing, of course. And he's Dominican Puerto Rican, but he even said in an interview that because he was raised by his mom, that he's more Dominican. His culture is more Dominican than Puerto Rican. So he considered himself more Dominican. I even asked him, does he want to fight in Dominican Republic? He even said no in the interview and shit like that. But anyway, I understand, because Dominican is not a boxing culture. But I think that with the fighters that we have lined up now, that the Dominican boxing will really rise up and really take over in this region. I'm not saying that because I'm saying that, oh, Puerto Rican boxing is not. Puerto Rican boxing is here to stay. Puerto Rican boxing is traditionally one of the they boxing royalty. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be no when it Dominican boxing got a long way to go to catch us to Puerto Rican boxing. That's not what I'm saying. But you cannot neglect that Dominican boxing is on the very, very rise. Is on the rise. Is on the rise. And I see it. I've been following the channel. I give it up to Puerto Rican boxing. And people think that I'm Puerto Rican more than even Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a hardcore boxing fan, and I know that Puerto Rican boxing have held it down in North America. If it's not the Mexican fan base, it's the Puerto Rican fan base. Because they have tradition, they have a lot of great fighters from Wilfred Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, Hector Camacho, Tito Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, Amanda Serrano, and then there's a plethora of Puerto Rican boxers as well that was very, very good. Shout out to Pachar Colon. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a wonderful fighter. Hey, even Felix Verdejo could have been a good fighter if he did, but he killed it. He killed his baby mama or something like that. But he was on the rise in the amateurs, in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? When he was coming, as a matter of fact, that year, the three best guys in the amateurs, right, and the Olympic and stuff like that was Canso Ciao, Felix Verdejo, and Teofimo Lopez. You know, Shakur Stevenson as well. You know, so Puerto Rican could have been on the rise, but they've been on a slump. You know, I think there's been a slump. And Dominican fighters on the rise. Carlos Adamas truly beat Shiraz. And if he would have beaten Shiraz on paper, you know what I'm saying? I think that the boxing personnel don't know how to promote Dominicans. You know what I'm saying? Facts punch. Dominican boxing is on another level now. Facts. Box Latino TV in the building. Díselo, mi hermano. Facts. You know, we're not going to take away what Puerto Rican boxing has done. We're not going to take away what Cuban boxing has done. Dominican boxing is on the rise. Boxing is not a premier sport in Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? It's baseball. It's predominantly baseball. You know what I'm saying? But we on the rise in the sport of boxing. I think that people are funding boxing programs now more than ever. Shout out to Felix Diaz. Shout out to you know, I think that the Dominican fighters are not put in a position to really Box Latino de lo mío con los 10 pesos de Super Chari Chari Palique a comprar comida del malecón. Dame un mofongo, mujer, mofongo. Yeah, Cuban boxing is boring. No, but it's true. Cuban boxing is boring. I said this for how many times I've been saying this. God bless you, Boxing Latino. I think that the problem is that our culture, when you think about Dominicans, right? We're loud. You know what I'm saying? If you call 311, Washington Heights is the loudest area in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? In the city, we're the loudest. Washington Heights is the loudest. Call 311. What's the loudest place in New York? You know what I'm saying? Dominicans are loud. Dominicans have flair, un flow, un tigueraje, right? And ese tigueraje that is within our culture. And I'm talking about positive tigueraje, el flow, the way that we talk, the way that we live life. Like we live life like every day is our last day. You know what I'm saying? Alegría. You know? We have a way of talking, way of moving, way of celebrating, way of living life that the boxers don't the boxers don't identify with the culture, and the culture is not identifying with the fighters, and that's what's happening in Dominican boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. We have the Dominican fighters today is too humble, too humilde, and I'm not saying that Dominicans are not humble, but we have a way of talking. And I don't think that Dominican fighters are connecting with the Dominican, with the Dominican culture of, you know what I'm saying? It's too humble. They speaking too sweet. Look at Hector Luis Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Look at Carlos Adamas. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking shit to their opponent. They're not giving that, like, yo, tuviste ese tigre, lo vamos a ver. Yo, we out to Madison Square Garden. Me, ese Rohan Polanco le va a romper la boca, ese tigre. You know what I'm saying? These guys, when they call somebody out, it's all nice, it's all respectful. Nah, man, that's not going to get you over the hump because we're not a boxing community. You got to make noise. You got to make noise. And when if Rohan Polanco is going to probably going to show up today, we have a special guest. Hopefully he got the message. Okay, boom. Hold on. Hopefully show up. You know what I'm saying? Get your questions ready if he show up. You know what I'm saying? I just send him the link. You already know one of the phenoms in the 147-pound division, and I think is in the 147-pound division is going to get back to where one of the most lucrative and stacked division in the sport of boxing. We all understand that when Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying, was out of commission and Sean Porter retired, Dennis Garcia left, the inactivities and stuff like that. Earl Spence is going on 154, but Crawford left. It was like now the welterweight division probably became a ghost town, right? Fight Fury Films in the building. Fight Fury Films. La ofrenda. Gracias con los 20 pesos. Let's go. God bless you, Fight Fury Films. Appreciate you, man. How's everything, bruh? I'm gonna say it like this. I think it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good year. It should have been. Look, I'm not even gonna be mad at Turkey for this because we could criticize promoters. Sometimes we criticize promoters too much. Sometimes we could criticize the boxing personnel, the men in suits in the sport of boxing. But in this weekend, we have to really hold the fighters accountable. You know what I'm saying? They set you up to look good. Ryan Garcia should have been, Rolly Romero should have been tailor-made for Ryan Garcia. Jose Ramirez was tailor-made for Devin the Dream Haney. Right? And we've seen that Arnold Barbosa was tailor-made for Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So Teofimo Lopez did his thing, but Ryan Garcia didn't do his thing. But these guys were supposed to be tailor-made to look spectacular and have credible opponents that was former champions, and they didn't take fully advantage of the opportunity of the promotion and the money and stuff like that. Maybe that Devin Haney's always talking about money and Ryan Garcia is getting that money. Maybe that money at this point is not fulfilling their need, is not fulfilling that void, is not making them hungry, is not making them exciting, is not, maybe it's that. Maybe that's why, guys that's still trying to make money but it's still hungry and they winning big. Look at Bam Rodriguez. How much you think Bam Rodriguez already made in his career? Did he make $1 million? Has he made $1 million? I don't know if he already made $1 million or nothing like that. Maybe Bam Rodriguez, the most he's probably made is $1 million or even less than that, because his division is not a lucrative division. But see, because of that, it keeps him hungry, it keeps him going, it keeps him wanting to earn more and do more. So you got to perform to the level of those expectations so you can get that type of person, get that type of cachet. See, Teofimo Lopez is getting paid less than Rolly, less than Ryan, less than Devin and stuff like that, which keeps him hungry. Look, he's in the gym today. He man, I'm not good with this victory. I need more. Keeps him hungry. He ain't made $1 million. He ain't come home with $1 million versus Vasily Lomachenko. He only made $2 million plus versus Josh Taylor. Tax away, you coming home probably with $1.4 million. Divorce, you probably get half of that. Probably you're not getting $1 million anyway. You know what I'm saying? Still hungry. Now I got to get into that 10 million mark so I could leave home with at least 5 million. Keeps him hungry. Keeps him grounded. I mean, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney they're not doing it for the sport of boxing, no more. I don't know. hopefully the Ryan Garcia fighting finds the love for it. But I remember one time I asked Henry Garcia, shout out to Henry Garcia, father trainer of Ryan Garcia. I said, do Ryan Garcia make more money in boxing or outside of boxing? He said that Ryan Garcia boxing paydays are his pocket money compared to what he get outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. If Ryan Garcia is making a lot of money in boxing, because we think he's making a lot of money in boxing, they say that that's just pocket change. That boxing purse is just pocket change compared to how much money Ryan Garcia is making outside of the sport of boxing. Maybe he's already invested his money very, very well. Not necessarily, I'm not in his pocket. I just that's what his father said. But it seems like money is not gonna be the thing that's gonna really. Maybe money is the thing that's holding them back as well, because maybe that's what it is. Maybe Devin Haney didn't want to go for the gusto, or didn't want to stand. I'm not gonna say you got to stand toe to toe, but it's a way of beating and hurting Jose Ramirez, who to my opinion, he was a shot fighter going into the fight. I said it. I said that Devin Haney was going to do anything he wanted to do with Jose Ramirez. And I think that Jose Ramirez was there for him to be, for Devin Haney to take full advantage of him with all his arsenal that he could display. But the thing is, you waiting on that Ryan Garcia money, so you're not going to take a risk. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. A lot of people saying, yes, William Skull did run like a bitch. We understand that. But I know that Canelo Alvarez is good enough to implement the jab and close the gap and cut the ring off. Canelo Alvarez has been doing that his whole career. He's one of the best in cutting the ring off. That's the reason why a lot of people were saying, yo, I want Eddie Reynoso, to be with Teofimo Lopez, because Eddie Reynoso knows the art and is a good trainer in cutting the ring off, because Canelo Alvarez know how to cut the ring off, right? That was the primary thing. The primary thing that the fans wanted Eddie Reynoso to be with Teofimo Lopez when they heard the idea of Eddie Reynoso going to be with Teofimo Lopez, is that Eddie Reynoso is going to be with Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez know the art of cutting the ring off. So don't switch it up. See, I know that Canelo Alvarez could have cut the ring off, even though that this guy was running too much like a bitch and stuff like that. I still think that Canelo Alvarez didn't go for the jab to close. He was just looking for a body punch. But maybe Canelo Alvarez was saying, you know what? I don't even want to break my hand versus this guy. Only 56 punch landed, but I already got the bag. Look at Terrence Crawford there. Canelo Alvarez like, well, I don't got nothing to prove to this guy. They're gonna give me the win anyway, because of course this is the bag. I'm not gonna break my hand. Imagine if Canelo Alvarez would have gone and break his hand and boom, go to the body, hit the elbow, and boom, whatever, break his hand. A lot of these fighters was holding back. You know what I'm saying? Let's go in the building. Rohan Polanco was good. Dímelo, mi hermano, one of the phenom in the 147-pound division.
¿Cómo estamos?
Dime que lo que.
Bien, gracias a Dios.
Hey, le voy a decir a la gente, hey, we're gonna talk Spanish. Vamos a hablar en español y le voy a decir un par de cosas en inglés. Pero que ya ustedes tienen que aprender a hablar español también, mi gente, oíste. Pues dime, Polanco, great performance, peleaste muy bien en against Midana, 10 rounds. Tú estás en la 147 con los nombres de Boots, con los nombres de Brian Norman Jr., ahora Ryan Garcia está ahí, Rowley, Teofimo Lopez va a ir para 147. Dime, ¿cómo estaba la pelea? ¿Cómo estaba la mano? ¿Y cómo te sentiste de cómo tú peleaste en sábado?
Me sentí bien, tú sabes, físicamente estaba bien, el aire estaba bien. Solo se me dificultó un poco por la mano derecha, que estaba lastimada, tú sabes, no me dejó trabajar 100% como yo quería. Pero gracias a Dios obtuvimos la victoria. No lucimos, pienso que no lucí tan mal, tú sabes. No estoy satisfecho 100%, pero nada, fue una pelea de buena experiencia, tú sabes. Maidana aguantó todos los asaltos, me puso a trabajar y pienso que eso es bueno para las otras peleas buenas que vienen en el camino.
See. He said, of course, his hand was a little bit injured going into the fight and in the fight. But pero era una pelea muy buena. Me gusta el estilo de usted. Tú vienes a pelear un guerrero y eso es lo que necesitamos en boxeo. Mira lo que pasó en viernes con Ryan y Devin. ¿Qué tú pensabas de ese evento?
Ese evento yo pensé que, tú sabes, como eran nombres buenos, peleadores que pelean, que han llegado ahí por todo lo que han hecho. Entonces yo pensaba que iba a ser pelea guerrera, ¿me entiendes? Pero no sé qué pasó, los tigres, los que están en buscar su cuarto ya, no, parece que se les fue el hambre de pelear y darle show al público.
Se le fue la hambre a esos tigres, man. Pero
Sí.
tenemos a usted que tú tienes mucha hambre.
No, si el Sulimán ese, si él quiere pelear de verdad, que me llame a mí.
Me gusta esa pelea con usted y Rolly o con tú. Yo le estaba diciendo a la gente que, Rohan le va a meter la mano a Brian Norman Jr. Ese le gana ahora mismo a Brian Norman Jr. y a Rolly también.
Me gustaría pelear con Rolly. Me encantaría esa oportunidad ya mismo para que el público vea de verdad quiénes son los boxeadores buenos de verdad. ¿Entiendes? Que solamente hay que darnos la oportunidad y ya.
Yeah, man. All they got to do is give him the opportunities. He would like to fight Rolly and would like to fight Brian Norman Jr. fight anybody in the 147. Y dime, ¿cuándo tú pensaste el boxeo? ¿Cuándo tú contraste el amor de ser un guerrero así en el ring?
Yo encontré el amor en el boxeo en República Dominicana, en mi barrio Los Guaricanos. Más o menos como a los 12 años, 12 años. Primero jugaba pelota, como todos los dominicanos, y basquetbol también, pero inmediatamente probé el boxeo, me enamoré del boxeo, y aquí estamos tirando para adelante.
¿Tú eras un muchacho que estaba peleando mucho en la calle o no era así? ¿O era que?
No era problemático.
Okay.
Yo era bien sencillo. A mí solamente me gustaba el deporte y me gustaba jugar. Eso era lo que a mí más me gustaba. Nunca me llamó a la atención el tigueraje, de estar peleando en la calle, que pandilla, que esto. Nunca me llamó la atención nada de eso. Solamente me gustaba jugar y el deporte.
¿Y qué tú piensas? Porque estamos hablando de eso, del tigueraje, ¿verdad? Yo estaba diciendo que, tú sabes, boxeo, yo no creo que todavía ellos saben cómo mover los dominicanos. Como yo soy de Nueva York, Washington Heights, y yo siempre digo, ¿pero qué ellos no vienen aquí a Washington Heights a decir, tenemos este boxeo de Santo Domingo, de República Dominicana, para que la gente de Nueva York y Boston y Pennsylvania, porque aquí que están todos los dominicanos,
Sí,
pero
sí.
nunca they don't promote the Dominicans fighter aquí. Y yo creo que, yo no creo que ellos han hecho trabajo, yo no creo que ellos sean cómo promotar a los dominicanos.
Sí, lo que pasa es que yo ahora mismo estoy con Turran, ¿verdad? Y Turran realmente no ha trabajado con muchos dominicanos.
Elvis Rodríguez.
Sí, Turran siempre ha trabajado con mexicanos, Estados Unidos, puertorriqueños. ¿Me entiendes? Entonces, ahora que ellos están trabajando con dominicanos, pero ya, ¿qué te digo? Conmigo ya ellos se están dando cuenta que realmente en Nueva York, ahí en Nueva York es que nosotros tenemos público. En Nueva York es que ellos tienen que promocionarme y ponerme a pelear en el Madison. ¿Entiendes? Entonces, si ellos ya confían en mi talento y ellos quieren que yo crezca bien, ellos tienen que darme publicidad en Nueva York, concentrarse en Nueva York. Y eso siempre yo se lo digo. Yo peleé ahora en Las Vegas, yo le dije, ok, muy bien, un buen escenario y todo, pero a mí me gusta.
No lo conocen a nosotros allá.
Claro.
Ya digo que es dominicano y eso.
A mí me gusta pelear. A mí me gusta pelear en Nueva York, entonces tú sabes, le dejé eso bien claro.
Yo no, shout out to Top Rank y toda esa gente ya, pero y yo siempre estaba diciendo eso, ya, ellos no saben lo que ellos no saben lo que ellos tienen. Esta gente no sabe, tiene que yo llegar a en New York, tú no sabes cuánto los dominicanos como los puertorriqueños tienen, tú sabes cuando tienen el Puerto Rican Parade, la parada de
Sí.
Puerto Rico, ellos ponen un evento, por si lo ponen en August, en la parada de los dominicanos, ¿verdad? Y tú pones a usted, Santana, Eury Cedeño Martínez, Henry,
Elvis Rodríguez también.
ajá, Edwin Rodríguez, que creo que ganó la otra pelea y no se lo daron, no
Sí.
se lo dieron.
Sí.
Si una card con todo dominicano, ahí que ellos van a saber lo que es.
Sí, sí.
Sell out Madison Square Garden.
Eso es lo que hace falta.
Eso es lo que hace falta. Y también te estaba diciendo después que tú llegaste. Yo no creo que, porque tú sabes que tenemos un tigueraje, los dominicanos tenemos un tigueraje, tenemos un flow, ¿verdad? Y yo estaba diciendo, los dominicanos son muy humildes, los boxeadores son muy humildes, hablan muy, oh sí, yo quiero pelear con este tigre, sí. Yo siempre estoy diciendo, tiene que hablar mierda ya, porque ellos no lo conocen a nosotros, tú sabes, tenemos que hablar duro, tenemos que hablar mierda. ¿Y qué tú piensas de eso? Como ¿cómo tú quieres llamar a lo que tú quieres pelear? Yo no estoy diciendo que tú tienes que hacer así, tú sabes, porque tú eres...
¿Qué te digo? Yo estoy cansado ya de llamar algunos nombres, porque, ¿cómo te digo? Todo el mundo ha cambiado mucho el bolseo, porque ahora todo el mundo está cuidando su invito. Todo el mundo, nadie quiere pelear con peleadores guerreros de verdad como yo. Entonces ya yo estoy harto de llamar a Brian Norma. Cuando estaba en 140, estaba harto de llamar a Lindolfo, Tiger Jones, esa gente. Y nadie quiso pelear en el momento, por eso subí a 47. Ahora estoy en 47, estoy harto de llamar a Brian Norma.
No, yo te oí porque ellos no lo entienden, porque también si tú estás haciendo entrevista en español y con otro que te está dando la entrevista y está hablando español, ellos no saben español. Si tú lo estás llamando, oh yeah, okay. Hey, yo, Brian Norman Jr., Rohan Polanco is right here. He's calling your ass out. He wants to fight you, mother effer. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? This is Punch Run Boxing, Rohan Polanco. We want you next. All right? Don't run. Le está diciendo que no corra.
Yeah.
Estámonos llamando. Oíste, ya tú estás número 10 en el WBO. Pues puede pelear con usted ya.
Claro, no, es cuestión de negocio, de que se encargue de la Torran. ¿Me entiendes? Él es de la Torran también. Si Torran quiere esa pelea, la hacen. Entonces, ya yo lo que voy a seguir trabajando, voy a seguir metiendo la mano a todo el que me echen, me lo voy a comer. Y hasta que ellos se decidan a darme la oportunidad.
Dame explicarle a la gente. What he said was, man, he just want the opportunity. He's ready to eat whoever they put in front of him. And you know what I'm saying? He was tired of calling these guys out. And I was explaining that, you know, maybe when he does interviews in Spanish, the guys that's interviewing him in Spanish as well. So probably, you know, these guys are English. They're African-American, they black. So even if he calls them out, it's not going to hit good when he calls them out. So, you know, he gonna need somebody like your boy Punch to help him call these guys out so they can understand how he's calling these guys out to step up to the plate. But he's gonna keep on knocking these guys out. He's gonna keep on knocking these guys out to the point where they just can't duck them. Pues se lo expliqué en inglés a esa gente. y a dónde tú estás aquí en Nueva York o en Boston o a dónde tú entrenas?
Yo entreno aquí en Springfield, donde yo estoy. Yo entreno y vivo aquí en Springfield.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Y dime la gente que te están ayudando, entrenando. ¿Con qué tú estás entrenando otra vez?
Mi entrenador se llama Héctor Bermúdez.
Oh, right. Hector. Pues tú sabes, Big Rob. Tú sabes Big Rob, con la barba.
Sí.
Shout out to Big Rob, Dig Entertainment, shout out to Big Rob. Okay. Ah, pues tú estás con buena gente. Tú estás con buena gente.
Sí, yo tengo ya toda mi carrera profesional con Héctor Bermúdez.
Yo te pregunté, porque yo vi una foto, yo vi quién te está entrenando, pero tú sabes, alguna vez en los principios la gente siempre cambia, tú sabes, cambia entrenador, cambia, tú sabes, la gente que mueven, tú sabes cómo es. Cuando hay levels, la gente cambia. Pues yo te estoy preguntando, pero ya tú estás como buena gente. Y también está haciendo muchas cosas buenas y está ayudando a los dominicanos también.
Sí, los dominicanos ahora mismo están subiendo como la espuma, tú sabes, y están confiando, le están dando buena pelea. Los managers están confiando también, los promotores. Y eso es bueno porque en República Dominicana realmente hay mucho talento. Lo que faltaba era que inviertan en nosotros, ¿me entiendes? Que tengamos buenos entrenadores, que estemos en buenos campamentos. Eso era lo único que nos faltaba y que nos pongan a pelear porque a través de la pelea que uno va obteniendo experiencia.
Es verdad. Hay mucho talento, y yo creo que hay gente que le gustan los dominicanos, los que pelean, los dominicanos, pero también el fanático, el dinero, siempre piensan en dinero. Este dominicano va a traer dinero, o eso es lo que yo creo que siempre ellos no quieren afirmar dominicanos porque no saben, ellos no saben lo que hacer con los dominicanos. Por ahora que está usted, si te ponen en Nueva York, boom, time and time again, que don't go to the West Coast, no vaya para California, no peleen en Vegas, porque nadie no sabe eso, no va a ayudar. Que te queda aquí en Orlando, en Florida, Miami, Atlantic City, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, Madison Square Garden, ahí que tiene que estar.
Yeah.
Ahí que tienen. Wells Fargo, Philadelphia. Y hablando de dominicanos, la gente que no saben de los dominicanos que están allá, si tú puedes tirar nombres para que la gente sepan o tú sabes que mira quién está subiendo aquí en República Dominicana.
Ahora mismo esta camada dominicano nuevo como Euricedeño, Endricedeño.
Esos son mi hermano y esos son mi hermano.
Claro, esos son gente poseadores que vienen a comerse el mundo. Jan Santana es uno, Luis Rodríguez también. Son muchos, hay uno que se llama Luis Núñez. Son muchos peleadores dominicanos que hay ahora mismo que vienen a meter mano. Están los campeones como Cabello Bronco, Alberto Puello, Mini Pama, ¿me entiendes? Todos esos peleadores, ellos ahora mismo, Ali, Michelle Rivera también,
Michelle, mi hermano, Michelle.
Boxeador, Maraña. Son muchos boxeadores que se me quedó mala mía, pero
¿cuándo va a pelear Michelle?
Hay demasiado talento dominicano ahora mismo.
No, yo apoyo a Michelle Rivera, Henry se dio en la bazooka, Eury, es un monstruo. Eury, Henry en la 1:40 ya está subiendo. Y tú sabes que yo lo conozco a ellos también. Si tú supieras, yo no sé.
Okay.
Sí, a mí yo estaba hablando con Michelle años atrás y me dice Kenny que va para Santo Domingo si yo sé Dominican fighters. Si yo estoy viviendo allá, yo estoy viviendo en Nueva York. Si tú me puedes decir de Dominican Fighter que yo quiero filmar gente. Ok, Michelle. Yo estaba hablando con Michelle. ¿Y quién está allá ahora? ¿Quién está haciendo, tú sabes, bulla? Oh, estos muchachos va a hablar. Ok, boom. Lo llamé. Yo, Kenny Porter va para allá. ¿A dónde estamos en la Romana? Está en Puerto Plata. Boom. Se fueron ahí guiando y así que se movió todo.
Sí, son buenos muchachos y tienen mucha disciplina, que eso es lo bueno que ellos tienen.
Sí, ajá.
El entrenamiento.
Y cosa pasó, tú sabes el negocio de boxeo, tú sabes cómo es. Pero me gusta que están con, ella está con King Promotion, ¿verdad?
Sí, ahora Eury firmó con Duran.
Ajá. Me gusta eso, me gusta eso. Y yo sabía que lo habían filmado también, porque ya estaba peleando en la
Sí,
cartelera, ¿cómo tú lo dices?
cartelera, en el cartelera.
Cartelera de ellos, ¿verdad? But yeah. Y pues dime, en, en este año, ¿cómo tú quieres terminar este año? How he wanna, yo le estoy preguntando, I'm asking him how he want to finish this year. We were just talking about Dominican fighters and that he has mentioned that's on the come up, Eldy Cedeno. We already talked about this before he came in. Santana, Puello, and things of that nature. And I'm asking him what does he want? How's he going to end up this year in the sport of boxing? Cómo tú quieres terminar este año?
¿Qué te digo? Vamos a ver el plan que tiene Torran para mí, tú sabes, en lo que queda de año. A mí me encantaría hacer una o dos peleas más a ver, y pelear por el título mundial, a ver si me da la oportunidad por el título. Vamos a ver qué pasa ahora con Brian Norma, que lo va a pelear en Japón.
Uh-huh.
Y luego de eso, vamos a ver si le ponen a Rohan Polanco ahí en la mesa, a ver qué pasa.
Yo creo porque yo estoy mirando el ranking, y no hay mucho nombre, no hay mucho nombre para que tú sabes. Yo creo que usted y Brian Norman Jr. es la pelea más grande en la WBO.
Es la pelea más atractiva que todo el mundo quiere ver, nosotros dos, que son. Sé que esta va a ser una pelea buena. Yo le voy a ganar, pero va a ser una pelea buena.
He's saying that, man, that's the fight that he wants. Brian Norman Jr. He's going to beat him. He's going to beat him. I think that he's going to beat him as well. If you listen to Brian Norman Jr., yo te estoy diciendo, yo estoy llamando a Brian Norman Jr. Si tú estás oyendo, if you listening, Rohan Polanco is here. Go do what you got to do in Japan, and then sign that contract that's going to be on the table. Y'all both for top rank. You know that Rohan Polanco is coming for you. You know he's the boogeyman. You better sign the contract and don't duck like you duck Jerome Boost Ennis. Él está diciendo a la gente que cuando él termina ya en Japón, que van a tener un contrato para que tú pelees con Rohan Polanco y lo filme y que no lo filme como corrió con Boost Ennis. Que firme ese contrato con usted.
Sí, él tiene que darme la oportunidad, tú sabes, como a él le dieron la oportunidad, tiene también que darme la oportunidad para pelear por ese título. Yo pienso que yo me lo he ganado, tú sabes, yo he estado haciendo peleas buenas y le he ganado a los peleadores con los que yo he peleado, le he ganado convincentemente.
Con una mano.
Le he ganado hasta con una mano. Entonces, pienso que sí, que ya es hora de que me dé la oportunidad por el título. Eso es lo que yo quiero, atrás de eso que yo ando, ese es mi sueño, ser campeón mundial. Y nada.
¿Y cuánta división tú crees que tú vas campaign, que tú vas a competir en la 147? ¿Cuál división tú crees que tú vas a terminar?
Yo puedo llegar hasta 68. Yo soy grande.
Con Canelo.
Yo puede ser que yo esté compitiendo al final en 168.
Damn. Diablo, eso es grande. Pues 168. Pero ya se va la gente en 178, ya se va.
No,
Mira, el papá de Teofimo Lopez. What's good, Tio? What's good, Tio? El papá de Tio. ¿Qué tú piensas de Teofimo Lopez?
Bueno, un boxeador inteligente. Es bueno.
Sí, él peleó muy bueno con Ano Barbosa. Pero, man, un tremendo peleador en la 147. Ya tú vas a tener muchos nombres. Mira, tú vas a tener, todos los nombres van a estar en la 147. Tú vas a pelear, tú vas a tener dinero. Hay mucha pelea que hay chelito ahí. ¿Y qué tú puedes ser para que tú no pienses como estábamos hablando de Ryan Garcia y Devin Haney, que se parece que ya el dinero ya lo cogió a esa gente y no pelean con amor? ¿Qué tú puedes ser que eso no te pase a ti?
¿Qué te digo? Eso también depende de la persona que tú tengas alrededor tuyo. ¿Me entiendes? Yo pienso que con el entrenador que yo tengo, yo pienso que eso no me va a pasar, que siempre que yo suba a un ring, a meter mi mano, siempre que yo suba a un ring, yo voy a estar 100% físicamente, 100%, ¿me entiendes? Con la condición 100%. Y nada, pedirle a Dios que nunca se me suba lo sumo a la cabeza, que nunca pierda el hambre de bolseo. Entonces, pedirle a Dios, tú sabes, porque a veces cuando llegue, uno dice una cosa y cuando llegue el dinero,
Ay, eso es
uno se,
verdad.
uno se pone loco. Lo que hay que pedirle a Dios que uno se mantenga los pies sobre la tierra.
Mira, y ellos, eso es lo que ellos piensan de los dominicanos, que ya se le dan 200K y ya, tú
Sí.
sabes, ya le dan eso de esos chelitos y ya se muere la hambre.
Pero tú sabes, yo tengo algo, yo soy muy competitivo. A mí no me gusta perder, yo subo ahí arriba a ganar, como tuve en la pelea mía, que yo subo a guerrear. Y yo no creo que yo, porque tenga dinero, voy a subir a ring de que hacer un tollo. Eso es muy difícil. Yo tengo mucho orgullo deportivo. Tenga dinero o no tenga, yo voy a subir, arrancarte la cabeza.
Así mismo, ve, así mismo, arranca cabeza que va Rohan Polanco. Fight Fury Films me dice, would you ever consider moving to New York to build a rapper, a raper with the Dominican community? Si tú piensas a moverte a Nueva York para estar con la comunidad dominicana.
Yo es que yo siempre, de cuando yo peleo, porque mi familia vive en Nueva York.
All right.
Siempre cuando peleo, voy a Nueva York a visitar a mi familia y siempre estoy ahí. Cualquier persona que quiera una entrevista, una foto conmigo, algo, nada más tiene que tirarme. Y cualquier ratico nos vemos en Nueva York. Yo siempre voy a Nueva York y duro semanas en Nueva York.
Pues yo te voy a tirar, que vamos a janguear de verdad y vamos a hacer noise. Ya, que los dominicanos están muy calladitos, ya. Tú te vas a quedar aquí conmigo, ¿verdad? Y Eury, Henry, que se van a mudar para acá, para Nueva York, que se vayan que se vayan de allá de Pennsylvania, después me hacen aquí. No, pero ellos están buenos allá. Shout out con Sensei, allá. Tú estás calladito ahí en Pennsylvania. Por así, ustedes están aquí, tú verás. Dominican boxing is going to go on a up and up.
No, y cualquier vamos para el Madison de nuevo. Porque digo, voy a pelear en el Madison y ya ustedes saben, todos los dominicanos para allá, por allá, y a llevar su bandera y a demostrarle a los promotores que sí los dominicanos apoyan.
Verdad. All the Dominicans, man, when he fights, all the Dominicans go out there to Madison Square Garden to show the promoters that there is a huge, big following of Dominican boxing, Latinos, Dominican boxing, everybody, because también we all cousins, we're all brothers and cousins. Tú sabes, los dominicanos y los puertorriqueños se apoyan, nosotros los apoyamos nosotros. En la pelota, ya tú sabes, hay una ¿Qué tú piensas de esa pelea de Matías y Puello?
Será una buena pelea, hay que ver el plan que tiene cada uno. Hay que ver cómo Puello, hay que ver qué Puello hace con la presión de Matías. Si la controla, fácil, porque Matías solo tira golpes como un locotrón y ya. ¿Me entiendes? Él no tiene una inteligencia encima del ring. Entonces, si Puello controla su presión, ya ganó fácil, por decisión.
Porque yo estaba diciendo, con Puello y Matías, ¿verdad? Tú sabes que hay, traditionally, hay los mexicanos contra los puertorriqueños. Eso es, tú sabes, una cosa grande en el boxeo. Pero ahora puede comenzar como en la pelota, los puertorriqueños versus los dominicanos. Y pero lo tiene que poner en Nueva York. Y ahí es un sellout. Los boricuas versus Dominicans. Puello y Matías, yo creo que va a ser en Nueva York, pero yo no creo que va a estar en Madison Square Garden o en the Barclays Center. Yo creo que va a estar como en Central Park o algo así. Una cosa rara que va a ser Turki Alalshikh. ¿Y qué tú piensas de Turki Alalshikh? Que tiene esos chelitos y le está dando a los boxeos. ¿Qué tú piensas de Turki?
Está bien, eso está bien. Eso está bien y por lo menos está haciendo la pelea que son. Que la pelea se han dado aburridas por culpa de los boxeadores, pero por lo menos él está intentando poner nombre a competir entre sí. Que si no hubiera sido por él, esas peleas no hubieran pasado. Pienso que él está haciendo un buen trabajo y que lo siga haciendo. Que eso está bien, porque en realidad nosotros los boxeadores merecemos eso y más, porque el boxeador coge mucha lucha realmente. Es un sacrificio muy grande para uno subirse al ring.
Facts, man. ¿A dónde tú le puedes decir a la gente a dónde que te puede encontrar en social media, Instagram y toda esa vaina?
En Instagram, Rohan Polanco. Me pueden encontrar como Rohan Polanco. En Facebook también, Rohan Polanco. Y nada, sigan apoyando a sus dominicanos, que como ustedes ven, pueden, siempre que yo suba al ring, ustedes van a gozar, porque yo vengo a pelear.
That's what I'm talking about. Rohan Polanco said, man, just keep on supporting. Find him on Instagram. Find him on all social media platforms. Rohan Polanco. That when he steps inside the ring, he's gonna turn up. He's gonna fight. He's gonna entertain, support, and you're gonna see something incredible in 147 pound division. Brian Norman, prepárate que tenemos el boogeyman aquí.
Él sabe que yo ando atrás de él.
Ajá, él sabe, pero tú sabes que tú lo dices, pero el media, la gente lo tienen que, hey, no, mira, Rohan está aquí, tú tienes que pelear con él, tú sabes, ellos tienen que apoyar, no se quedan calladitos, tienen que hacer video, tú sabes, y eso es lo que es. Pues ya tú sabes, mi hermano, gracias por el interview. La pelea con Maidana era buena. Oh, yo te voy a decir, y tú no tienes que ser, tú no vas, you're not going to do surgery or nothing like that, como una cirugía o nothing like that, ¿qué tal eso? ¿Cuándo tú vas?
No, tengo cita el 12, que me van a hacer una radiografía.
All right.
Para ver qué es lo que realmente tiene la mano, porque esta mano tiene mucho ya lesionada. Esta mano se me lesionó con Lobo Torres, con el Boricua.
Ok.
Que fue...
pues tú estabas de verdad peleando con una mano en esta pelea. Pues no pasó en esta pelea, era en la otra.
En la otra fue que pasó que la última reta que le di, se la pegué aquí y la mano se me subió. Si tú ves aquí, se me subió para arriba esto. Entonces llegó la pelea con Maidana, nosotros la cogimos, dijimos que sí, y la tratamos la mano, porque yo pensé que cuando llegue la pelea con Maidana, la mano iba a estar ready. Pero no tuvo ready. Inmediatamente lo conecté en la cabeza, la mano comenzó a dolerme. Pero gracias a Dios, tú sabes, yo tengo un buen boxeo y yo hasta sin mano ganaba esa noche.
Le tenía que dar con el jab.
Sí.
Pero tú seguiste, porque yo lo estaba viendo, pero tú...
No, la mano se la estaba entrando al cuerpo. El cuerpo no me dolía. Cuando yo le daba el cuerpo no me dolía. La mano dolía cuando le daba en la cabeza. Entonces seguí trabajando mi jab y seguí trabajando el cuerpo. Y salió todo bien. Nada, ahora vamos a trabajar bien la mano para que la próxima pelea yo vea hasta 100% saludable.
Sí, cuida la mano, porque la mano ahí que tú haces, ese es tu chelito. Tienes que cuidar la mano. Y tú eres joven, tú no tienes que forzarte así mismito. Ya tú estás en los rankings, tú estás número 10, en otro, que tú estás puesto para pelear para un título. Pues gracias, mi hermano, man. Thank you, Rohan Polanco, gracias, to show us love. Everybody, man, show support. Apoyan a Rohan Polanco. He's going to go to the top. 147 is going to be a crazy division with Rohan Polanco, Boots, Tio, Ryan, Devin. Let's go.
De nada, hermano. Muchas gracias.
Gracias. All right. Shout out to Rohan Polanco, Dominican fighter from República Dominicana. You already know, man. He's ready to go. 147 pound is just going to be a epic division. It's already turning out to be a stacked division with young fighters. People are moving up. You already know Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis is the primary fight I want to see in the 147 pound division. It's lineal versus lineal, pound for pound. Boots Ennis, Teofimo Lopez is a pound for pound fighter. Boots Ennis could be there as well, but it's a stacked pound for pound list as well. We got Usyk, Naoya Inoue, Bivol, Terence Crawford, Bam Rodriguez, Canelo Alvarez, Teofimo, Shakur Stevenson, Beterbiev. Who else we got? Good looking out. Yo, said Punch. Ask him if you're considering. Yeah, we got that one. Good looking out. Dave Fernandez. Oh, I forgot. Oh, my fault. Box Latino. Punch. Ask him if he's considering going to Alalshikh for more exposure and walking out with a deal. Damn, my fault. You know what, man? I'm gonna make sure that we're gonna he's gonna be a regular. You know what I'm saying? So we could support Latino, Dominican fighters and stuff like that. I think it's time that we put on emphasis. Hey, that was my first interview, just straight up Spanish, man. You know, I didn't want to like translate everything. I think that this is a bilingual channel, and I think that most of y'all could understand it or read between the lines. And when I cut up the interview, I'm gonna put some subtitles for it so y'all could understand what he was saying for the parts that I don't understand what he was saying. Good looking at Box Latino TV. I'll make sure that I'll ask him and I'll ask him the next time he comes around and stuff like that. Dave Fernandez with a $20 super chat. Good looking out. I'm late to the live. Damn, missed it. Dave Fernandez, que lo vende peso. Appreciate you. Man, God bless you. Don't worry, you here. Oh, you could have. It's always the playback too. You feel me? Senior said, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Let me see what Senior said. I look at that Senior. Where's Senior at? Man, he's Rohan Polanco, Dominicano, Olympian, man. Come on, Tio. You don't gotta hate on the Dominican fighter like that, Tio. Y'all already on top, man. Come on, man. Give the little guys coming up, man, some shine. You feel me? We all Latinos out here. Teofimo Lopez Sr., the trainer of the year. Huh? The best. Hey, yo, Tio Sr., better trainer than Eddie Reynoso. You proving them wrong, Senior. He said, who the fuck is this guy? Hey, yo, I could read it and like listen to him at the same time. Yo, Moon, who the fuck is this guy you got here? Come on, bro. Hey, yo, look. Oh, yeah, he was? I didn't know about that. But hey, now he moved to 147. Tio moving to 147. And he has the opportunity to back his words up. You feel me? He got the opportunity. I mean, look. People in the same division, they're not going to kiss nobody. Just like Teofimo Lopez doesn't kiss nobody's ass. There's other fighters that's not gonna kiss ass as well. But I want Brian Oman Jr. versus Rohan Polanco, and I want Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis. I mean, maybe that could be their own card as well. You know what I'm saying? Rohan Polanco, Turki Alalshikh, make that move. Rohan Polanco versus Brian Oman Jr. Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? They could be in the co-main event. They could be in the undercard. You know? But I do think that Rohan Polanco beats Brian Oman Jr. Brian Oman Jr., don't hide. Hey, yo, Brian Oman Sr., come to Punch Drunk Boxing. Somebody need to talk to you, Brian Oman. You ain't want that TO work. You ain't want that Boots work. So we pushing Rohan Polanco so you could fight somebody with a pulse. Let's see what you could do with Rohan Polanco, Brian Oman. Let's see what you could do, Brian. El Dominicano, el platanero, manguco, los tres golpes. Gonna slap you with a chimichurri. Gonna slap you with a patele. Gonna slap you with a patelito. Shit, man. He gonna hit you so much, you're gonna wish you got morir soñando. Let's go. Oh, that's a good fight too. Rohan Polanco versus Alexis Rocha, or even Rohan Polanco versus Blair Cobbs, Rohan Polanco versus Giovanni, the guy that Brian Oman Jr. did beat as well. That would be a good fight as well. That'd be a war right there. But it's true, man. The Dominican fighter's got to be right here, man. He said, who the fuck is this guy? LTLC is funny, bro. But yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez versus Jerome Boots Ennis. Teofimo versus Jerome Boots Ennis is the primary fight of this generation. Facts. We was talking about, T.O. maybe Tank, but Tank ain't trying to go for the legacy. Tank ain't going for the gusto. Tank ain't going to build up a legacy. So you know what? Go fight the rematch with Lamar Roach. Hopefully you don't got maybe shave your head so you won't complain about hair grease. You know what I'm saying? I thought that could have been a matchup. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I think that's a matchup that's still a good matchup because they've been linked to with one another for a long time. But I don't want to see Teofimo Lopez try to chase somebody like he did with Jermaine Ortiz. So as much as, yes, the name T.O. versus Haney sounds good, I just don't think it's a good style matchup. And I want to see a fight. Especially this past weekend, we want to see fights. We want to see somebody that really wants to win, that's really that really wants to showcase the skills and talent and entertain the crowd. Boots versus T.O. is two offensive fighters, two quick fighters, combination punches, take risk, good footwork. And I want to see that. I want to see that until I want to see Devin Haney again to see if he can make up. If he could make up for the way that he performed, regardless if he won almost every round, it just didn't do his due diligence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I'm trying hard to really appreciate Devin Haney's skills and talent, but come on, man, that performance, it was the way the approach is like, nah, man, that's no good, man. It's no good for the sport of boxing, man. It's not good for TV. It's just not good for TV. And I know that Bill Haney is never going to give in to the criticism that people have of his son's style. A win is a win, right? He didn't get hurt, right? So as a father, he's like, my son didn't get a scratch, he didn't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? He came out safe and we got money. If the answer to everything is always going to be, well, we got the money. We got the money. But guess what? You know what I'm saying? We don't get none of your money. We pay. We're the one that pay. So when they be like, well, we got the money though. We got more money than this fighter. We get paid than this fighter, but who's paying y'all too? We coming out of pocket too. And not for you to say you're gonna knock them out or you're gonna show the people you better than ever. You're promoting something false. Devin Haney promoted that he's gonna be better than ever. Devin Haney promoted that he's gonna put a hurt on Jose Ramirez. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna show that he's other to another level, better than ever. That ain't show nothing that you better than ever. And that's what I mean. You guys are happy to rob the fans. We want, put it this way. I said this, whether you a fan of Devin Haney or you a hater of Devin Haney, you wanted Devin Haney to win. You wanted Devin Haney to win because at the end of the day, we, the boxing fans, wanted to see a rematch. You wanted Rolly Romero to lose because we wanted to see the rematch. And if you were a Devin Haney hater, you wanted to see the rematch to see Ryan Garcia put hands on Devin Haney once again. And if you were a Devin Haney fan, you wanted him to win. And you wanted Ryan Garcia to win because you want to show, you want to let the whole world know that it wasn't Osterin and Devin Haney could rewrite the wrong. So at the end of the day, it was the event was a failure because that event was promoted to be for a Devin and a Ryan Garcia rematch. You know what I'm saying? Just like Canelo Alvarez fought William Score and Terence Crawford there. By the end of the fight, Terence Crawford stepped inside the ring so they could announce the fight. That was supposed to be Devin Haney. Devin Haney was supposed to step inside the ring so they could promote the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney rematch, but Ryan Garcia lost. HLD punch. He could be the one Dominicano you can truly get behind. Yes. And Eldy Senor Martinez, who he just let me know he just signed to Top Rank. Eldy Cedeño La Bazooka Martinez have signed with Top Rank. Long way to go. These other guys that I helped out, man. Help them coming to America and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know how it is, I know people, they get to certain places and forget, I'm not going to say forget, but I ain't going to say, I'll keep it to myself. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I've been there for people, but it hasn't been reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? And I let people rock and see, how real they are. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy. From afar, I'm happy. Hopefully he's reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end of the day, when they look back at their life and they be like, wow, man, how did I get here? How did I step inside America? How? In the end of the day, it's going to trace back to punch drunk boxing. It's going to trace back to punch drunk boxing. Almontos with a $2 super chat says Puellos beating Matias. Dominicans on the come up. Dominicans on the come up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to start it off. This is going to be the beginning. Good looking out, Al. Appreciate you with a $2 super chat. This is going to start it off. And it's all positive, folks. It's all positive because Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, we like first cousins. You feel me? We first cousins. But this right here, and the good thing about it is going to be in New York City. We can't run away from this. We have a friendly competition in baseball. We look out for one another in the music business. You know what I'm saying? In our community. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Dominican, half Puerto Rican children. You know what I'm saying? You know, we look out for one another more than any other, you know, places. You know, Dominicans go out there and work in Puerto Rico, you know, labor work and all that, just like the Haitians work on Dominican Republic. You feel me? I think this is going to start it off. It's going to be a new tradition, a new trend. Used to be Puerto Rican and Puerto Rican and Mexican. But I'm going to tell you like this. On the East Coast, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing. We got enough Dominican fighters, enough Puerto Rican fighters to make it a thing. You know what I'm saying? In the 154-pound division, where Xander Zayas does his thing and hopefully become a world champion, there's going to be a Eldy Cedeno Martinez right there. Can you imagine? And both of them on top rank. Xander Zayas and Eldy Cedeno Martinez is going to be a future fight. Maybe in a year and a half. Hopefully Xander Zayas, who's already a step ahead and getting a title, already getting ducked by Fundora for Tim Tszyu. And the way he's going to have this opportunity, probably fight for the vacant title and become a world champion. And Xander Zayas is going to be in place. I think in a year and a half or probably so. They're going to see what they want. Top Rank is going to probably give 2 shows to Eldy Cedeno Martinez, let him do his thing. And then I think that we'll see a future fight, Puerto Rican Day Parade or Dominican Parade in August, and we'll see Xander Zayas versus Eldy Cedeno Martinez. In the 140-pound division, we got Henry. Hopefully he gets signed by Top Rank as well. Henry Cedeno La Bazooka Martinez as well. He's in the 140-pound division. He could go up the rankings, and then, you know, hopefully he fights a Matias. You know, let's see. But right now, we got Matias and we got Puello, and that's gonna start this thing off. Again, it was an incredible week. It was an underwhelming weekend. You got Teofimo Lopez that outlanded both Devin Haney and Canelo Alvarez in the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney only landed 70 punches. Canelo Alvarez only landed 56 punches. Teofimo Lopez did his thing. Masterclass performance as well. Heading to the 147-pound division. Hopefully, Boots Ennis does not avoid Teofimo Lopez. Hopefully, Boots Ennis, one of the phenom in the 147-pound division, the lineal champion versus the lineal champion and Teofimo Lopez. Lineal versus lineal. Entertainer versus entertainer. Showmanship versus showmanship. Speed versus speed. Power versus power. You know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, Boots Ennis was the welterweight national Golden Glove winner out there in Rio. And Teofimo Lopez was the lightweight champion in 2015. Both of them won the 2016 Olympian as well. Teofimo Lopez was an Olympian and for Honduras, and you know how USA snubbed them and shit like that. But this is why Teofimo Lopez got a chip on his shoulder. That's why Teofimo Lopez got a chip on his shoulder, and that chip ain't leaving. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Teofimo Lopez got the biggest cojones in the sport of boxing. Teofimo Lopez got the biggest cojones in the sport of boxing. If you want to be a hater all you want, but Teofimo Lopez has the biggest cojones in the sport of boxeo. Let's be real, let's be honest. Let's be real. When he went to fight Vasily Lomachenko, calling out Vasily Lomachenko, even the ESPN personnels, the Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, everything. I don't think he's ready for Lomachenko. As a matter of fact, put it this way. Timothy Bradley allegedly said to Teofimo Lopez, "Hey, yo, don't fight Lomachenko. Your father's gonna get you killed." That's what Timothy Bradley told Teo. Oh, your father's gonna get you killed versus Vasily Lomachenko. And what happened? What happened? Underdog. Put him in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Locked them. Paralyzed them. Teofimo Lopez paralyzed Vasily Lomachenko, and Rapstar Boxing Knowledge lost his money. Teofimo Lopez paralyzed Vasily Lomachenko, and Rapstar better, and my brother Rapstar Boxing Knowledge bet against Teofimo Lopez, and he lost money. And then Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, my brother, bet against Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor and lost his money again. Hey, yo, Rapstar, look. Teofimo Lopez Sr. is in the chat. You owe Teofimo Lopez Sr. money. Hey, yo, Randy in the building. Look at that, Randy, la música de Randy. Look at la música de Randy. Hey, Rohan Polanco, Eury, Cedeño, Henry, Cedeño, ha vuelto, Cuello. Dominicano boxing is on the way up. DJ Camelo Alex Sensation, págame la música. That almost rhymed, bro. I was rhyming right there, man. Rapstar said, yo, where's Teo Sr.? I want to talk to him. He said, you owe me money. You bet against my son versus Josh Taylor, Rap. Pay up, Rapstar. Pay up, bro. Hey, yo, Rap, you remember? You remember that live when me and Senior was saying, call him undisputed. Is he undisputed? And you were like, no, he's not undisputed. Call him undisputed, Rapstar. Call him undisputed. Yo, that was an epic live, man. We had fun, bro. That was an epic live. HLD Boricua in everything. Man, he say, what the F? Boots is super quiet. Good looking out with a $2 super chat. I know. Boots is quiet. Yo, Boots. Come on, Boots. Come on. I know you're a reserved man. Don't be that quiet. The man called you out. Let's go, Boots. He said he's Dora the Explorer. He's Diego. He want Boots. How many times does Teofimo Lopez got to call out Boots? I want the whole world of boxing to call Boots. Smoke him out his foxhole. Boots, come on. We need you to talk. Don't back up. Don't dug Teofimo Lopez like you dug Virgil Ortiz. We want you in the ring with Teo. Let's go, Boots. Let's go. You good. You great. I got confidence in you. That's the biggest fight in boxing. Teofimo Lopez, Jerome Boots Ennis, biggest fight in boxing. But Jerome Boots Ennis, Teofimo Lopez have been calling you out. I want you to talk. Let's go, Boots. What's that energy? I know you don't want no Brian Norman Jr. He ducked you. You don't need Brian Norman Jr. Mario Barrios going to fight Manny Pacquiao. There's one man that's sniffing your neck, and his name is Teofimo Lopez. You know who he is. He was the 2015 National Golden Glove winner when you were the welterweight. National Golden Glove. You know Teofimo Lopez. The whole family knows Teofimo Lopez. The Boots family know Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez knows Boots. They both respect each other. We need that fight. That's the best fight in the sport of boxing. Speed, power, athleticism, flashiness, baby. They both have momentum. Boots beat the crap out of Stanionis. Teo beat the crap out of Barbosa. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez and Ron Boots Ennis is the biggest fight, the most lucrative fight, the best matchup. This is Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard, baby, right now in the flesh. DJ MFB in the building, Mike from Boston in the building. What's good, bruv? Teo needs to be able to take the power from Boots. If he can't do that, he can probably get it done. Probably, he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done because we all know the same narrative that they say in boxing. Teofimo Lopez fights to the level of his competition. Teofimo Lopez performs to the level of his competition. And if Jerome Boots Ennis is high level, high competition, the best they could offer in a 147, you talking about the unified lineal champion, Ring Magazine champion. Is he on the up and up? Is he the best 147? Is he the high challenger? Is he the high level fighter? Is he going to be the favorite to beat Teofimo Lopez? And Teofimo Lopez is going to be the underdog? We all know in the sport of boxing what happens when Teofimo Lopez is the underdog. He's 2-0. We know what happens when Teofimo Lopez is the underdog. And we know how Teofimo Lopez performs to the level of his competition. Keep that same narrative, baby. Keep that same narrative. Let's go, baby. Come on, Boots. What happened? No. We don't want these other channels that's affiliated with Boots. Shout out to the channels that be affiliated with Boots. We know who you are. Stop speaking for Tio ain't shit. Tio, shut the F up and tell Boots Ennis to let's go and let's fight. Let's go. All these guys, all these channels that surrounded Boots and it's always doing a bunch of videos trying to talk Boots away from fighting Teofimo Lopez. Tell Boots to grab his balls and have cojones and fight Teofimo Lopez. Huh? Tio is crazy. Tio, no, Boots don't need to fight Tio. What does Tio have to offer? Tio, the pussies. Huh? No, let's go. Tell Boots to strap his boots up and challenge Teofimo Lopez. I'm tired of these people, man, in the sport of boxing talking fighters away from a fight. This is lineal versus lineal. It doesn't get better than that. Lineal versus lineal. Best fighting the best. That's what we want to see. Daring to be great. Yeah, you know what it is. They know Tio. That's what it is. I ain't talking about Boots. Boots know Tio. Boots is the man. I like Boots. Y'all know I like Boots. You know I rock with Tio though. But y'all know I love Boots. I love Tio. I love the matchup. I love it. Best fighting the best. May the best man win. I rock with Tio, the commander-in-chief, the captain of the generation. 5 years ago, he did his thing. Boots just came along. Boots just matched up a lineal champion. Teofimo Lopez was a lineal champion back in 2020 when he became fighter of the year. It's a difference. There's levels to this. Teofimo Lopez became lineal champion by beating Vasily Lomachenko, the guy that was regarded pound for pound. 1, 2, 3, you can flip it around. Boots Ennis became a lineal champion being Stanionis. And man, in my opinion, I'm good with the unified belts, but it wasn't supposed to be for a lineal championship belt, to be honest. Because you got the lineal champion by beating Stanionis? Nah. You got to earn this one. You want to be the real lineal champion? You want to prove that you're a lineal champion? You got to be a lineal champion and a 2-time lineal champion at that. 14 fights. When Teofimo Lopez was beating Vasily Lomachenko, Jerome Boots Ennis was still a good fighter, fighting on Showbox. Teofimo Lopez was the top. Teofimo was a pound for pound. Boots Ennis have yet to become pound for pound. Don't get it twisted. All right? Don't get this shit twisted. All right? Don't be in la-la land. Don't lose your money like I keep on losing your money when Teofimo Lopez is the underdog. I dare you bet against Teofimo Lopez. Bet against Teofimo Lopez come versus Jerome Boots Ennis. Oh, yeah, he the underdog. Yeah, you know how he's going to perform. He's going to make you lose your money. He's going to prove you wrong just like he did versus Vasily Lomachenko, just like he did Josh Taylor. You was making fun of Teofimo Lopez. Oh, he's questioning himself. Does he still got it? Oh, yeah, he do still got it. He do got it. And when Teofimo Lopez got it, I don't hear nobody talking about Teofimo Lopez. See, that's the thing I don't like. When Teofimo Lopez got it, you don't hear nobody want that work with Tio. It's making me feel like y'all pussies when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. I hope y'all not. Every time Teofimo Lopez come with a great performance, everybody say numb. Nobody want to call out Tio no more. Nobody calling out Tio. Who's calling out Tio? Oh, because he looked sharp on Friday. He looked sharp. Jab working. Triple, quadruple the jab. Parry counters. Parry ducking and dodging and slipping and sliding and having fun in there. Footwork, pivoting. Counter punch into the body, counter punch into the head, straight right hands, counter right hand, pull counters. He put everything in the repertoire. The only thing he didn't do was knock somebody. He didn't knock Barbosa out. He gonna save that for Boots. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all want to see the best fight the best? Y'all want to see retro? That's why since day one, what I've been calling Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief. People think he crazy calling out Bud. Nah, he ain't crazy. He's the lineal champion at 140 that was calling out the lineal champion at 147, because when he was calling out Bud was still at 147 getting ready to fight Earl Spence. And then when he was, remember, Teofimo Lopez showed up to the New York City press conference when Bud and Earl Spence was preparing their fight. He's there to say, I got next. Right after his performance versus Josh Taylor that weekend, on Tuesday or Wednesday was the New York City press conference of Bud and Spence, and Teofimo Lopez showed up to let the whole world know I got winner. Teofimo Lopez ain't never cap. Teofimo Lopez don't chase like fake chasing. Everything he earned. Nobody gave Teo nothing. Nobody gave Teo nothing. He ain't getting no lineal belt. He got it from a world champion. He got it from Richard Comey. He got it from Vasily Lomachenko. He got it from Josh Taylor. 6 defenses already. I mean, since his hiccup lost. And what you got for me? Well, he lost to George County. Carlos ain't done shit since then. Teo have 6 straight wins. Boots Ennis, you want to become a real lineal champion? Then be a real lineal champion. Castañones wasn't all that. I love the win, and you did what you had to do. Unify the titles. Boots Ennis is one of the most extraordinary fighters out there. Gifted fighters out there. Gifted. I love everything about Boots. Skillful-wise. Everything about Boots. I just don't like that other channels that's affiliated with Boots like to talk Boots out of a fight with Teo. Don't fight Teo. He be saying some crazy shit. Stop being a bitch. This is the fight game. If y'all don't like how Teofimo Lopez talk, then tell Boots to slap the shit out of it. You know, in a fight. Tell Boots to step up if y'all don't like how Teofimo Lopez talk. Shut his mouth. How about that? Shut his mouth. Scared. Hate these damn fans. Fake ass boxing fans. You don't gotta fight him. Yo, Boots, no, don't fight him. Just unify the titles with Brian Nunn. Unify the titles with Mary. Ain't no fight for Boots but Teo. Ain't no fight for Boots but Teo. That's the biggest fight for Boots. It was a bigger fight even without Castañones. He's going to move up. He's going to face Virgil Ortiz. We already know that Boots didn't fight Virgil Ortiz. He dug Virgil Ortiz to get the Castañones fight. Think about it. Boots Ennis will be the favorite. Teofimo Lopez is the best guy on Boots. Will be the best guy on Boots' resume. The best guy he ever faced. Pound for pound fighter. Best. You crazy if you think Teo find a stay at 140. I ain't gonna stay. We going to 147. We going 147. We going 147. Bud Crawford ain't won a part of it. Where we at? My fault. Oh shit, my fault. I read that one. HOD, I got that one. My fault. HOD said Turkey is done with the Haneys and runners. Thank God. Did he say that? I hope he blasted that. Did he put it on Twitter or something? HOD? I hope he did. Teofimo Lopez says, still keeping my profile picture until one of you suck asses do better. I am the greatest. Shout out to Tio. Come on, Boots. Come on, Boots. Come on, man. Tio calling you out, man. Where the hell Boots is at, yo? Where Boots is at? Y'all in his gym every day. Y'all channels. Huh? What's good? YSM, all y'all, man. Where Boots at, y'all? Where's the interviews at, man? When Boots is going to talk, don't talk for him. Where the fuck Boots at? Come on. We want to hear Boots, man. Many times. How many times? How many times? How many times that this guy's gonna call out? How many times is Teofimo gonna be calling out Boots? And he's calling out Boots respectfully. This ain't talking shit. He hasn't talked no shit about Boots. He's calling out Boots respectfully because Tio respects Boots and Boots respects Tio. I'm talking about the circle. Come on, y'all. Let's pump this fight. Let's pump this fight. Tio ain't serious. What you mean Tio ain't serious? You check this resume out? What you mean Teofimo Lopez ain't serious about Boots? Y'all check this resume out? He got the best resume of his contemporaries. Never cap. Trying to go for greatness. Not trying. He go for it. It's not this quiet stuff. And I know the Boots ain't the type to talk. I'm not saying that he need a... I'm just saying, where's the interviews at? Y'all in his gym. Don't speak for him like that. Because I ain't speaking for Tio. Tio says it every time he want Boots. He said after the fight. Y'all speaking for the dude. Like y'all his mouth. Shout out to Bozy, one of my favorite trainers as well. Fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. Look, father versus father right there. Father trainer versus father trainer. Bozy versus Teofimo Lopez Sr. But Teofimo Lopez Sr. was trainer of the year 2020. You guys are giving passes. Don't give Boots the pass. I don't care if 80% of you think that Boots will beat Tio. Tio is daring to be great. That's what we want from a fighter. He's daring to be great. He's the lineal champion. He's going for 3-time lineal champion by the age of 27, 28 years old. Boots got nowhere to go. Brian Oman Jr. got to fight. Teofimo Lopez and Boots Ennis is lined up. Boots Ennis had a contract on the table and declined to fight Tio. Now you got your world title. You want to become unified champion. You got that. Now let's get this Tio versus Boots going. Because every momentum of every potential fight that we've been asking for years doesn't have momentum. Devin Haney doesn't have a good momentum. He made everybody fall asleep. Ryan Garcia lost. Gervonta Tan Davis got a rematch with Lamont Roach. Shakur Stevenson is going to be fighting William Cepeda. Teofimo Lopez is free. Boots is free. Bud is not fighting Boots. Earl is not fighting Boots. Mario Barrios got Manny Pacquiao. Boots is free. Tio is free. Let's cut the damn bullshit and let's get Tio versus Boots. That's it. Turkey, the guy with the money, want that fight. Tio wants to fight. The dude with the money want that fight. Bob Arum want that fight. Does Boots want the fight? Does his peoples want the fight? Does his circle want the fight? Or y'all just scared? Are y'all gonna be pussing Boots out here, huh? Y'all gonna be pussing Boots? I want to see Boots. I want to hear what he needs to say about Teofimo Lopez calling him out. Let's go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, another special guest. Good looking out, Rohan Polanco. We're going to cut that video, that interview and stuff like that so I could put English subtitles. But tomorrow, we at it again. Punch Run Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. El adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor, el boxeo. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.